can just use data to predict it. And so from that perspective, we need here to be on the 1-day chart. This here is the spot volume chart across an incredibly long period of time back to August of last year. And I've been saying for a while, we're going to end up with a volume candle that is as big as that volume candle. And there are several key reasons for this. For a start off, the spot market, it makes up a very unhealthily low proportion of the overall market because futures volume is 93 or 92.67% of the overall volume. And historically for Bitcoin, that number's been at least 10%, generally 12 to 15% of the market is spot. And as I keep pointing out, because the futures market is essentially about 16 to 17 times larger than the spot market, if you've got $1 billion of Bitcoin to sell, or maybe 5, that means that you, if just easy maths, $1 billion, you could open a $17 billion short position. That's the equivalent. So why wouldn't you keep selling? You're making more money by selling your Bitcoin than you are holding it, because nobody's here to buy spot. And although we've been having some spot taker buys this weekend showing upwards direction, there is no volume backing up this move. And when we go through the cryptocurrency long versus short ratio today, this is fascinating. Long pressure on the 24 hours, 26.54 billion versus 24.93 billion. Again, in the past 12 hours, longs are winning 52% versus 47.6%. But in the past 4 hours, that bullish trend is starting to turn as the bears are back in charge. And in the past 1 hour, they're showing some element of dominance in the market, 55% versus 44%. Now, this weekend, I got so many questions off of my group. My group was all asking me. The Chart Advantage Telegram group, by the way, 2,739 members. Be the 2,740th. Link in the video description. It's free. You should do it. It's honestly really good information. I put a lot of time into it. But basically in there, I get constant questions. Should I close my trade here? It looks like it's going up. And they want you to think that. That's why they've been doing that all day. Just a little bit of spot buying pressure, a little, or rather futures buying pressure. It's all coming from people on YouTube. You look down YouTube today, everyone's like, buy the dip, buy the dip, buy the dip, buy the dip, buy the dip. And they could be right. I'm not saying that they're wrong. I'm saying I don't know. They don't know. No one knows. We do our best with the information that we have to make the correct decision. But the fact there is so much buy the dip, and the fact that every single time everyone says buy the dip, and every single time everybody's wrong, at least for the first like 2 or 3 times in a bear market, and the fact that we've pretty much all but confirmed the 4-year cycle at this point in time, and the 4-year cycle is expected to bottom in October, and the fact that the Wyckoff accumulation chart, I mean, that's got us plotted down at $40,000. And we will cover this in great detail in this video as well. And make sure you keep watching, because I will also cover how much profit I've got on my trades and what the plan is for that, because it is changing. But before we go through that, let me show you the Bitcoin Historical Volatility Index today, which this weekend has been going flat. Now, I expect that to continue to expand. It's very rare, like here, where it doesn't just continue rising, if not a little bit. But every time it starts rising up from the bottom, it has some element of increase. It's very rare for it to just go back down. So the only part of the certainty here is we know a move is coming, and we know it's going to be a big move. And something we can do to track that is look at the Bitcoin exchange balances, and we see it's gone down in the past 24 hours, but not very aggressively. And remember, the reason why Bitcoin exchange balances is rising is because institutions are depositing, and all that that's telling you is that retail bought a little bit of Bitcoin off exchanges this weekend. And you can see that because on the USDT exchange balances, that fell. So retail basically deposited some money on the exchanges and bought the dip. Now that period of support has ended because the weekend is ending and BlackRock's about to wake up again. The beast is awaking. So in order to get that information from the market as to which way the direction is most likely going to go, we need to look at the Bitcoin liquidation heat map. And we're going to first of all start out on the 12-hour liquidation heat map. And we can see that right now below the price of Bitcoin, we've developed a big yellow range. It's looking very juicy and attractive. The price for that range would be $61,000. Then when we go over to the 24-hour liquidation heat map, we again have this one I pointed out in the Chart Advantage Telegram group where I covered 10 different Bitcoin liquidation heat maps today. It was actually an insane analysis session that we went through. But I'm telling you, I'm not wasting my time here. I should be right. So that means that tonight we can probably expect the price of Bitcoin to get back down to about $60,000. Because what Bitcoin keeps doing is when it breaks upwards, it's creating all of that juicy, long liquidity in that range underneath the price. Everyone's poor, everyone's desperate, and everyone's trading with way too much leverage. So if you're going to trade with any leverage and it's too much leverage, you bet down, I'm telling you. But all these desperate souls that are trying to buy the dip here and expect the bull market to continue, or maybe they're already trapped in a long position from way higher up. And we can actually see this on the 1-week Bitcoin liquidation heat map where everybody looks at this right now and they go, oh my God, Jordan, there is so much liquidity above the current price.